Hello, welcome to the Doodle Show. I'm gonna be talking about Abyss. I'm gonna compare him to the Incredible Hulk. Okay, you see, there's this storyline with Joseph Park. He's the alter ego of Abyss. Remember, originally Abyss was Chris Parks back then. That's who he was in storyline. And Abyss, he was abused as a child. And Abyss, Chris Parks became Abyss because and also in the storyline, Mick Foley was one of Abyss's favorite wrestlers. That was his idol. That was his idol growing up as a kid. Mick Foley was one of the biggest inspirations in Chris Parks' life whenever he was a little kid. Anyways, to sum it up, remember back at Bound for Glory? I think it's after Bound for Glory or some pay-per-view back in 2012, maybe 2011. Bully Ray, he beat up Abyss backstage somewhere, and he got rid of him. And he said he didn't know where. One of the cameramen asked where he was at, where Abyss was at, and Bully Ray said he don't know. And anyways, Abyss came back a few months later as Joseph Park. A lot of people didn't know. I didn't even know that was him. He looked different without his mask, because no one's ever seen him without a mask on TV. His hair was shorter, of course. You didn't see long hair or anything. And anyways, he acted different and talked a little bit different. But I guess when Bully Ray beat up Abyss, he got a concussion so bad or something. He became, or thought he was, Joseph Park. He became, or thought he was Joseph Park, But after a while, it took me a while to figure out that it was probably Abyss. But yeah, we found out later on when Eric Young unmasked him, We found out later on whenever Eric Young unmasked Abyss. And it turned out to be Joseph Park, who's actually Chris Parks, but Joseph Park's an alter ego, Abyss, I guess he was already crazy, but gone crazy. He gone crazier, I guess, and he just lost his mind and thought he was Joseph Park from that concussion or from Bully Ray taking him out. I guess he thought he was Joseph Park. He's actually Chris Parks. It's kind of crazy, but yeah, especially to have two alter egos. Chris Parks has the monster Abyss as an alter ego, and then Joseph Park, the lawyer. I know, that's pretty much something crazy in pro wrestling. Well, Mick Foley has 3 alter egos. Or 4. Mick Foley himself, or that's his regular self. And then he's got Do Love, Mankind, and Cactus Jack. 3 alter egos. Ain't that something? That's pretty funny though. Anyways, let's get down to this. I'll show you the picture a little bit that I got from Google Images. Let me show you this real quick before I read it. Before I say my thoughts on it. There's Abyss right there. There's Joseph Park right there. Kind of like Bruce Banner. And then Abyss right there. Kind of like the Incredible Hulk. Right there got Bruce Banner. When he's a normal scientist, normal human being. And then the Incredible Hulk, whenever he gets angry, he lets out, his inner self. He lets out, he gets angry. Whenever he loses control, he can't contain the Hulk anymore. That's the same thing going on with Abyss, That's what I was going to get to. Okay, like I was saying, Joseph Park is kind of like Bruce Banner. Joseph Park is kind of like Bruce Banner, a normal scientist who is trying to keep Abyss from coming out, like the Incredible Hulk. But now that he doesn't want to let Abyss out, Jimmy Jacobs is now that he doesn't want to let the monster out, Jimmy Jacobs is trying to do whatever it takes to bring out that Hulk or that monster and see what makes Joseph Park tick and bring him to his breaking point. Excuse me. And bring him to his breaking point until the monster Abyss is unleashed for Kongo Kong to go to battle. What do you think? Is Joseph Park trying to contain Is Joseph Park trying to contain Abyss like Bruce Banner is trying to contain the Incredible Hulk? I don't know. Let me know in the comments below, but that's what it seems like. And Jimmy Jacobs is just pushing him, man. Jimmy Jacobs said he's not a bad guy. He's a good guy. But yeah, he was talking about how Abyss refused. He was talking about how Joseph Park refused to bring Abyss out, to bring out the monster within Abyss, because Jimmy Jacobs wants a great challenger, or he wants a monster to fight Kongo Kong. You know, he wants Kongo Kong to have a real challenge, and Kongo Kong is a monster in pro wrestling, and Jimmy Jacobs wants Abyss because he's also a monster. He's trying to get Jimmy Jacobs is trying to get Joseph Park to bring out the monster Abyss out of him. So yeah, basically, it's kind of like storyline's kind of like this. It's kind of like the storyline almost kind of seems like it's Bruce Banner, and they're trying to taunt him to bring the Incredible Hulk out of him. That's what's going on with Joseph Park. Jimmy Jacobs and Kongo Kong are trying to poke the bear. They're trying to get the monster Abyss out of Joseph Park. So Abyss could fight Kongo Kong. That'd be pretty cool though. It'd actually be nice to Bound for Glory, but yeah. Let me show you the two videos that go to this storyline from YouTube. Hold on, here we go. Hopefully it don't come out sideways when I record it. Okay.
Despite what anybody might tell you, I'm not a bad guy. I'm a good guy.
Hold on a second. There we go.
Despite what anybody might tell you, I'm not a bad guy. I'm a good guy. I asked nicely. I asked Joseph Park nicely. I was very clear about it. Joseph, bring Abyss this week. And yet there is no Abyss. And I don't like repeating myself. So if that's how you want to do it, and that's the way you want to do it, Joseph Park, not me, fine. Joseph, if you won't bring us the monster, then we drag the monster out of you.
Yeah. So basically, yeah. Jimmy Jacobs, Kongo Kong, if Abyss don't bring the monster Abyss out, they're going to try to drag it out of him. Like you said right there.
Across the planet, more and more undiscovered species of...
But yeah, so basically they're going to try to mess with Abyss, get under his skin, or they're going to see what makes him tick. Right now, Joseph Park is trying to keep the peace, and he don't want nothing to do with Abyss no more. It's kind of like a Bruce Banner. He don't want to turn back into the Incredible Hulk. It's kind of like this too, you know. Remember this, the Incredible Hulk? The more Bruce Banner becomes the Incredible Hulk, the longer he stays the Incredible Hulk, the more it's going to be harder for him to change back. Is that the same case with Abyss? Or could the storyline change that way? You never know, especially if the fans leave comments or whatever, give them ideas, but you know, I doubt it'll probably be like that, Hulk-wise, but you know, of course we want to see Abyss full-time more than anything, so hopefully, I think will go that way actually. But they just need to get rid of the Joseph Park character, but yeah. But it would be nice to see Abyss every week wrestle, you know. Maybe just have Joseph Park, you know, make appearance like at the beginning of the show, you know, then Abyss being the main event every week. That would be pretty neat, right? Abyss kind of like hulks up. He comes out as Joseph Park, and then he rips his shirt off, and then puts a mask on it to become Abyss. Kind of like a Bruce Banner turning into the Hulk. That'd be a pretty cool gimmick, though, and the character. I would like to see that. I mean, you know, to change his character kind of like that a little bit. Kind of like Hulk-like Abyss, you know. It would still be the same Abyss, but you know what I mean. Kind of like a Hulk Hogan thing, but except he puts a mask on, but, you know, right during his entrance. I think they're wearing a green face paint, but you know what I mean. I don't know. Whatever. Here's the next video after that one from Jimmy Jacobs and Awesome Kong that I wanted to show you. Okay.
Joseph, if you won't bring us the monster, then we will drag the monster out of you. This is a launch for Park goodbye and the whole Park family. Man, this place is a dump. Jimmy. Man, I was expecting more. I was expecting more from Joseph Park. I was expecting more from Abyss, man. I thought when you showed up, man, Abyss would want to come out and play. Were they scared of you? Man, it didn't need to come to all this, man. We asked politely. Abyss will come out. It's just a matter of when. And, how much damage we do first. Burn it down.
Okay, that's it. Okay, now let's see now. I wonder if that'll get under Abyss's skin now. I mean, Joseph Park. Will the monster Abyss be brought out now? I mean, you saw what happened. What Jimmy Jacobs did. I mean, Kongo Kong. Man, they wrecked his office up, man. They messed up Joseph Park's. They messed up his attorney's office or whatever. I don't know what you call it. Not a lawyer or anything. I guess his attorney's office or whatever. I don't know. Anyways, and also, if you notice there, Kongo Kong got a picture of Abyss's grandma or whatever and threw it on the ground, trying to break it or whatever. But he threw it out of the frame or whatever. Threw it on the ground. I wonder if this poked the bear enough. I mean, Abyss was abused enough as a child in the storyline. I don't know if we're going to think about that factor or bring it into it, but, you know, that's a good way to think of it, you know, what really gets under Abyss's skin, but when it comes storyline-wise. But anyways, that's not the case. I'm going to bring that up, but it does make sense, though. And also, that's his family, you know, that's one of his family members, you know, pictures being dismantled, you know, or being thrown on the ground, but I think this could get under the skin of Abyss and finally bring him out tonight on tonight's TV taping that they recorded not too long ago. That's going to play tonight. I think that'll be enough to bring out Abyss's or Joseph Park's inner Hulk, Abyss. I don't know. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Will Joseph Park bring his inner Hulk out?